guys, it's Bella and welcome to Beauty on a Budget. And I wanted to do for you today a video about concealers. Now, if you've watched a couple of videos of mine, you'll see that I've stopped using concealer because I got really disheartened with it. I've seen, you know, some of our lovely ladies put concealer on and it looks wonderful, but on me, it's really hard to find one that doesn't cake or dry. I do put plenty of moisturiser under my concealers. I only ever wear concealer here, and not actually under my eye, but actually just below the bag on my eyes, just to lighten the shadow. That's the only place I use it. Now, for ages and ages, you know, if you've been following me, I've used the Maybelline and Age Rewind, is it? With the sponge. I've loved it. But honestly, as I've got older, I find even that's too thick. It's just too much and it will dry too much. It's great coverage if you're younger. It's great coverage if you haven't got a problem with the under eye. I love it. But if you've got that problem area, it's not the best one for me anyway. And I don't like to say that because I loved it for so long, but it really is a little bit heavy now. The Tarte Shape Tape, which I got, is absolutely horrendous on me. Now, everybody loves that, I know, and it's so many people's holy grails, I know that. But for me, it just looks like concrete under my eyes, and I put it on very finely. I make sure the under eye area is moisturized, as I said, but it just doesn't go for me. So I'll show you 5 concealers that I have. Ones that are not so good. I'll also tell you the one that I've got on today, which you can see. I mean, you can see there, but it's pretty good at concealing, and I'm quite happy with that. But let's start anyway with the 5 that I have, and you'll see what I mean. Now, the Tarte Shape Tape dries a lot like the Maybelline. It dries it dries matte. For me, it dries very kind of matte and drying, and it's very thick. It's fantastic coverage, I've got to tell you that, as is the one from Makeup Revolution that matches the foundation. That's fantastic coverage. But if you're really just looking for less is more, the less you can do to make it look the best you can, those two are not, for me, those two are not it. But I'll show you what I mean. I'll try to explain to you a little bit more. So number 5 on my list today is, let's make sure I get the right colour. I don't keep them on because all you can see is reflection. That looks funny. Now, this is a Rimmel Lasting Finish Concealer, and this is in Porcelain. So this is a jar concealer, like this. You see, that's jar concealer. Now, it's not dry when you feel it. It's not dry. It's very, very creamy. If you're extra dark or you've had some bad night's sleep, this works under the eyes, but I use it on a very thin eyeliner brush or a little sharp detail brush, and I literally just paint it there. And then with the warmth of my finger, I don't go up to the top of the eye, I just work it down there in that shadow. But that's, you see, that's pretty light. Obviously, I don't put it on that thick. I'm doing that for the purpose of the video. It's not too bad. It's not my favourite. But if you're going out of a night, you've had a bad night the night before, it's pretty good coverage. If you do it finely enough, moisturise under your eyes, do it finely enough, and then put a very finely milled good powder over the top of it, I can get away with that. And if I can get away with it, I'm sure most people can. Now, the next one. The next one is one that a lot of people rave about. It's very good. It's great coverage. But it doesn't go as dry as the Shape Tape or some of the others. But it can be a little bit drying for me. So let's make sure that's dry on the back of my hand. And this one is the Fit Me. The Fit Me concealer in the... Now, a lot of you, sorry about the reflection, guys, a lot of you know that one, don't you? I know that's all over YouTube, really. Let me have a look now. I think I've peeled the colour off. 10. 10, it says, so maybe that's the colour. But I'll just put a little bit on my hand for you. You see, as soon as I put it on straight away, I can feel a very slight drag. Not a lot, but I can feel a drag. And that's what I'm not looking for. So even with this, as thick as it is, when you warm it up in your hand, there's no drag. So that's that one. Now you can see already that will dry pretty matte. Let's rub it in. It's not bad. I mean, I've tried so many concealers, guys. You know I have. It's not a bad concealer. So it's fourth on my list at the moment. So that's pretty good. But you again use really, really sparingly. And put moisturiser underneath. And set it with a really good powder. I know... And I've made this mistake. I've made this mistake often. Do not use powder. You know, once you get to a certain age, it's right. I don't use a lot of powder. But if you get a powder that's finely milled, that's especially meant for that, you'll find it will help. It will set it. And if it's done properly, it won't dry. It won't crack. It won't make your under eyes look like dry powder. It will work. I tell you a good one that I find good anyway is the e.l.f. under eye setting powder. I find that really, really good. And also I like the NYX Fit Me Again, funnily enough, and the complete white one. It's completely white. I like that one as well. That doesn't show up. It doesn't look bad. I've got it on now. Doesn't look bad at all. Okay, so what's number 3? Number 3 is by Rimmel. It goes along with the Rimmel foundation, the lasting finish, 24 hour, and it's in the breathable range. And I really like that foundation. I wear that quite a lot. I like that one. So I tried the concealer to go with it. Let's see this one. Now this is a sponge. Much, much smaller than the Maybelline one. Just let's get the colour first. I'm pretty sure this is light. 200 light. So that's one. You can see it's a sponge. Much smaller than the Maybelline Age Rewind. Let's get this on here for you. Can you see? I'm sorry, guys. Can you see I've got an allergy? See that on my hand? It was a hand wash. You know, guys, I've got such sensitive skin. Hand wash, and look, support my hands, look. No good. Okay, so let's make sure that's dry. And I will put some of this on my hand for you. Now this comes out, because it's a squeezy tube. It's not a turner. You know the Age Rewind is a turner that comes up. But this is actually a squeezy tube. So that's that there. I definitely wouldn't put it on with that sponge. Because it would give me far too much. I'd only need a tiny little bit. That would be too much for both eyes. But again, for the purpose of the video, I will show you that one. That's that one. Now, obviously you won't want that much. But I've done it for the purpose of the video, so that you can see what sort of consistency it is. I like it. I really, really like this one. Again, the application is the key. Less is more, only where you need it. Make sure your eyes are moisturised. Make sure you seal with a very finely milled powder. I know I've said it about 50 times in this video, guys, but it's so important, and I've learned so many lessons with my under eye area that I just want to sort of share the better ones with you, really. Okay, so second from the top and fourth on the list is the one by Maybelline, but it's not the Age Rewind. It's the Brightening Anti-Aging Concealer, and it's in a pencil form. You can see it does twist up, but there you go. Don't twist too much. This is so creamy. You could put it straight on with the pencil, like this, or you could warm it some up on the back of your hand and gently put it on with a detailed brush, so that you just go in that part and then you very, very carefully rub it in like that. But it works. This one works, and I love this one. There's absolutely no drag. It's next to invisible. In fact, looking at that, it is invisible. But it is concealing. If you can see, it's concealing, but you can hardly see it, can you? This is one I would really recommend this if you have the sort of eyes I have. If you're always fighting over concealer, because I'd given up altogether. I'd just stopped using concealer because it was, you know, I was using a very moisturised foundation and taking it up as high as I could and kind of disguising with that, because I'd had, you know, I got so disappointed in concealers. Not that they were bad, but what was happening to me, you know. So you've got to go with the flow, haven't you? So this one I highly, highly recommend. I love it. You can't see it because it's so discreet, but it is covering all the veins in my hands. What's number one? You're all going to be surprised, because I have tried high-end, low-end, bargain basement and lots of different concealers. This is the one for me now, with the problems that I have, that comes out first. This is by CoverGirl, can you believe it? It comes in the form of a lipstick, like this. Please don't be put off by the thick lipstick type concealers you can get. Don't put that along with this. This is amazing for me. I love this concealer. That's what I've got on now. It does an excellent job. It's like a dream, because it's not... You see that there, guys? Again, I've put it on thick so that you can see. That's it. It's not so soft that it's just like an oil, because some of them are like that, aren't they? But it doesn't drag. It doesn't dry cracky. It doesn't dry matte and break up. And I love it. It stays. It has no irritation on my eye. I love this concealer. And this is the CoverGirl, and it's in... Let's find the shade for you guys. 310. I think it says light fair. I think it says fair, but the shade is 310. But honestly, guys, it's such a good concealer, and it's so reasonably priced. And for me, it's the one that works. This one a close second, and the others, they all serve their purpose, but not for a daily basis. For me, for a daily basis, with my problems, these are the ones. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I think it's something we all, as we get older, concealer is one of those things we fight with, isn't it? Like powder, really. So I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you again in my next video. Please take care of yourselves and I love you all. Bye, my friends. Bye.